Today we're going to focus on my veggie ambitions, and I'm going to grow some veggies using Sproutpots. I did a video about them recently where I grew this little pet grass for my bebe. Hey Brettles, do you want some of your cat grass? Here we go. There we go. I grew some of this cat grass and catnip for him. But now that I got them on top of my greenhouse, I moved them out because they were just taking up way too much space. But with spring being here, they shouldn't have all too much of an issue just growing outdoors. I think the biggest issue will just be slugs or some sort of pests that want to eat it before I get to eat it. But it is what it is. So I'm going to set up 2 more sprout pots today, and I'm going to fill them with some other things, and that's it. Let's get started. Oh, I can't do all of this by myself. Timmy's going to help me out today. So Tim is going to help me connecting all of the pots with the hose and so on, because they're autofill self-watering. So they fill up by themselves as soon as the water level gets too low, and then they also wick up the moisture themselves. So it's basically like no maintenance from my end. So Tim is going to help me connect all of that, do all of the kind of hosing, plumbing thing, and that leaves me with the gardening bit. Yay! Exciting! All right, let's get started. You keep going, my baby. You keep eating whatever you want, yeah? Okay, first things first. Last time I set them up, I forgot these bits. These are little bits that are supposed to stop mosquitoes from like laying their eggs in there and so on. So I'll pop these in here. Alrighty, so we're gonna work with dirt. So we're gonna put on the protection. Got 2 sprout pots. Gonna put these little wicks in again. So that's the self-watering component. They're gonna hang in that reservoir that Tim is building right now. Gonna wick up all of the moisture. And then the reservoir in itself is going to auto-fill whenever it runs low. So if everything goes according to plan, I need to do 0 for this, apart from the actual initial setup. Right, last time when I did this, I used the cheapest potting medium. This time I went one level up, a little bit more premium. Let's see if that makes a difference. I've got this. I'm gonna make a big batch of mix. There's already fungal stuff in there. That's why I hate potting mixes, at least for indoors. In my aeroids, no way. But this is outside and we're growing veggies, so I suppose it will be okay. So just add a bit of perlite, just to add a bit of volume and aeration, because it's going to be constantly moist, right? And some slow release fertilizer, because I'm not going to water this at all, so I can't provide the fertilizer via the water. Let's mix this all together. Let me show you what I'm going to grow. So I bought these 2 things because I love cucumber. It's my favorite veggie or fruit or whatever you want to classify it as. So I got these, what are they called? Cucumber crystal apple. I was intrigued. And I've got cucumber bush crop. Now, I know, this is probably not the best way to grow cucumbers, but it's the only way I have available, and I really want to grow cucumbers. So just gonna give it a try. Like, that's the fun, right? Okay, number 1. Oh, damn it. Not enough. Yeah, one moment. Look at Timmy working away. Alright, let's focus on something a little more fun. The plants. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm just gonna put all of the crisp one in one and then all of the normal one in the other. And I am very much aware that they tell me to plant them 50 centimeters apart from each other, which means I could fit about one in this garden bed. Hello, my baby. So that's not gonna happen. I reckon I'm gonna do... I have 4 of each. I gave 1 to AJ already. I might just do 3 of each. What do you guys think? And then I have 1 spare that I might just try and just pop in the garden somewhere. See how we go. Let's do that. I think that's a good idea. More or less. We will find out. And I know a lot of people, but I'm so new to growing like veggies or herbs or anything like that. A lot of people told me it's much smarter to start from seed, because then that way the plant can establish a much healthier root system. It's not going to suffer from transport shock, but yeah. I mean, these were grown from seed, just I didn't grow them from seed, right? Everything's grown from seed at some stage. Okay, number 1, not pretty, but it will do. You know what I hate the most about gardening is wearing gloves. I have like no feeling. When I wear gloves, it's like I'm using my hands for the first time. Who else is feeling that way? I don't know. I hate it. It's actually, oh my god, we're getting way too personal. But I have really small fingers, so gloves are always too big for me. So the tips of all my gloves are kind of just like, there's not my fingers, let's put it that way. So maybe it's just a me issue. But I never find gloves that fit me, because I have normal sized hands, just short fingers. No, I shouldn't say. Now everybody's just going to look at all of my hands non-stop, huh? Let's not keep that in. Or if I kept it in, please don't look at my fingers. You know what? Fuck it, I'll just put them all in here now. And I want to get rid of these gloves. I can't do it without. I try to be a responsible person and wear gloves. But see, this is working so much better. I mean, I'm assuming that the majority of them won't even survive anyway, so I just want to have 1. I just want to know what cucumber crisp apple is, because it sounds like it would go amazingly in a gin and tonic. Alright. So apparently we just need to water in once, and then once we've watered it in, the rest of the watering is going to happen from the bottom. Okay. So, in this pot over here, this one I set up a bit earlier, the coriander has surprisingly survived, but people told me it's a cool summer herb, a winter herb, so it wasn't all too surprising. I planted this and I don't remember what it is, but I think it's some type of mint. I think. Anyway, I've got some more mint over here. I just gave the mint a little clip. It was getting really leggy, but I want to pot this up. I always try and use tools and so on, but honestly, I was born with 2 amazing tools. Right here. I have the best time gardening with my hands. But I understand some people don't like that. That's okay. So, we've got a lot of mint, we've got some coriander. Let's see if this pot is going to survive this time around. Alright, in the meantime, Timmy has worked on these things. Looking good, Timmy. I'm going to turn on the hose. Let's see if these fill up. Can I help? No. Alrighty, that worked. Okay. Now I'm just gonna put the thingies back on. And then put this one here so Brett can reach it. Perfect. 2, 3, 4. Did that go in?
Yeah, I'm very proud of that.
So, that was very easy. I mean, probably helped to have a little helper, so I don't have to do everything all by myself, but that was really quick, really easy. I'm gonna just clean up a little bit in the courtyard. There's dirt and leaves and whatnot everywhere, so I'm just gonna clean that up, but you definitely don't have to watch me do that. But I will be back with some updates whenever that might be, because of course, proof is in the pudding. So let's see if these cucumbers grow. Hello my friends, we are back. Hang on, let's give the Bebe some grass. Mr. Bebe, here's your grass for you. Bon appetit. So it's been exactly 1 month that I potted up the cucumbers, and they're doing really, really well. So some of them have moved on to their 4th or 5th like proper leaf over here. Now they are cucumbers, so I either need to provide them with something to climb on, or I need to give them way more room than this little pot. To be honest, I didn't expect all of them to survive. I kind of just hoped maybe a couple survived. So far, I can't see any of them being dead. Anyway, so I bought some veggie trellis because I think it is time to give them a trellis to make sure they have something to attach to. Now, so far I have done absolutely nothing with this plant, by the way. So let me put this in here. Awesome. There you go. And if the cucumbers climb up this trellis, they'll also kind of shape the greenhouse, right? Pretty good. There you go. Obviously, what I will do actually, I'll switch these two around. Ah, there we go. Beautiful. They're even interconnected now. All right, here we are. I'll put these back. And when Mr. Brettles is finished with his grass, I'll put that back as well. He's still munching on it, huh? You enjoying it? Yes. So, that'll be cool. Some of these are already really close to the trellis, so happy days. So, let's check in again when they started climbing. Hello, and we're back with an update. To be honest, I don't know exactly how long it's been since the last update, but I'll put it on screen because editing Jan will be a bit smarter. But these plants have been thriving. I mean, the grass is getting out of control. I need bread to eat up a little bit. The mint is an absolute forest. Absolutely crazy. So there is some really nice mojito nights coming up. The coriander is way out of control and blooming, so I'm actually gonna just cut this right back, and I can use coriander in tonight's cooking. But I'm really here to show you the update on the cucumbers. Now, I can't tell you because I think by now I would have published it. I'm moving house again. So what happened is there's 2 different types of cucumbers, and all of the cucumbers over here, those are ones, the crisp apple ones, they started climbing up this trellis. Now, I know that I have to move these in about 2 weeks' time, so I don't want them to cross grow on each other's trellises, if you know what I mean. So I had to take all of these bits and kind of, they used to all grow up here. I had to just flop them over and put them back into their pot. So it looks a little bit messy, but they have recovered since, I think. But yeah. Anyway, I wanted to show you some close-ups because there's lots and lots and lots of flowers and lots and lots and lots of little cucumbers coming. But the plant in itself doesn't look super happy. I think it has powdery mildew again, but oh well. Alrighty, look at this. Look at the amount of flowers everywhere. And then you can see these little baby cucumbers. Can you see them? No. Yes, baby cucumbers coming up. So many flowers. Look at that. So gorgeous. And they keep climbing up this trellis. Really, really happy. Down there, so many flowers down there as well. Wow. Alright, and then these are the more like normal cucumbers. And look, this is like a first cucumber, isn't it? Like, oh, it's hard to film. There you go, my first cucumber over here. And again, lots of flowers. More cucumbers coming here. More cucumbers coming here, trying to get it to climb. Yeah, so really happy. Nice. Righty, I'll trim this right back because it's getting a bit leggy. Sweet. To be honest, I like to grow coriander for the root. coriander root is amazing in margaritas. So, this smells so good though. But I'll use this in like spring rolls or something like that. But yeah, it was just getting a bit leggy, so I figured let's give it a new start. Fingers crossed that they will survive the move and that they're as happy at the new place. But so far, this is honestly the most, like the easiest setup ever. I'm doing nothing and I'm gonna be rewarded with cucumbers, so exciting. Oh my god, it smells so good here. So yeah. And we're back. I moved house in between and it's been raining non-stop for a week and my cucumbers really hated that. So last update I gave you, it had powdery mildew. I tried the baking soda and water solution. I think I might have made it too strong, to be honest. So that didn't work. And then I actually bought milk and tried milk as well. And that worked for a day or two, but it wasn't really working properly. The powdery mildew came back. You can see this on here. I actually do also have these here, which I believe are fungus eating, hang on, is this going to focus? Which I believe are fungus eating ladybugs. Now I initially thought these bugs were bad and they're causing the damage, but I researched and it said that they're fungus eating bugs. So technically they should be good, but I think for the cucumbers it was just a little too late. And to be honest, you guys know I was moving, so the last 3 to 4 weeks I just had different priorities. My priority was not looking after my cucumbers. So the crispy apple cucumber variety is very dead. I mean, it's somewhat recovering up here, but it doesn't look healthy even from the get-go. So I don't know, to be honest. I reckon I will just give up on those and I might just plant something different in here. The other cucumbers are only slowly getting worse, and I think really having those rainy days definitely encouraged the powdery mildew, and yeah, they don't seem to be all too happy, like lots and lots of damaged leaves. But there are a few cucumbers hiding in there and I would like to harvest them today before things get worse. I just don't have the time and patience to really learn about this right now. When I set it up, I was expecting to have much more time to learn about the setup and refine the setup and learn about pests and so on. But now that I moved, my priorities just have shifted, right? I have other things on. However, before we look at the cucumbers, on more positive notes, I've got the grass over here. It's actually overgrowing. Brett needs to eat up a little faster, which is good. Brett is loving it. And because it's overgrown, he can easily reach it as well. And the mint has gone absolutely crazy. It smells so good. And I actually just harvested some of the mint yesterday. I wanted to show you how I do my little trick. Worked as a bartender for 7 years, so I know a little bit about harvesting mint to get the most out of it because I love using mint. So what I do is I wanna clip the mint here and then see how out of this node there's already 2 new shoots coming. These 2 shoots will now grow into 2 plants. So this way, despite cutting it, it's actually gonna get bushier and bushier. So I always cut here, let this reshoot, cut here, let this reshoot, and so on. So that way it won't get too top heavy and I actually end up having more mint. Now it's just starting to rain, so I better wrap up. Alrighty, now let's have a look at this sad looking cucumber. I actually have a few cucumbers to harvest over here. Nice! The cucumbers still look healthy for now. 2. One more here. 3. And number 4. It's starting to rain, so I might take this inside because I want to wash it and then give it a little taste test. Alrighty, let's wash those cucumbers, see if they taste good. Cucumber is my favorite, so I'm excited to give it a taste test. But yeah, it's a bit disappointing that it kind of declined so quickly, because just judging by the flowers, there could have been hundreds of cucumbers on there. But I think that has more to do with the conditions. We've had such a humid spring over here. I think the humidity is really obviously encouraging fungus, right? Or mildew, I think. And I was definitely just a bit too late to get on top of it. I should have really gotten on top of it when I first noticed it, but as I said, I had different priorities. So let's have a look. We're just going to cut it right in the middle. Oh my god, looks like a normal cucumber. I mean, I'm not too sure what I was expecting, but look, it looks normal. Yummy, really good. Perfect for gin and tonic, or just to eat. Perfect. Hey everybody, editing Jan here. I just thought I'll give you a little update because things have actually improved again since I've had a little bit more time to look after it. So let me give you a quick update. So this over here is the cucumber that survived, not the crisp apple, the regular one. Sorry, the leaves kind of want to face my neighbor all the time, but I'm like, no, come back. But she has recovered. I have sprayed her with the baking soda solution again, so just baking soda put in water, and that seemed to have done the trick with the powdery mildew. It helped as well that we had a few really, really hot and sunny days. Now, recently it's rained again quite a bit, but yeah, not having super humid, wet conditions definitely helps in keeping the powdery mildew down. There are some new flowers everywhere and some new little cucumbers coming. I think this could be a nice little success story after all. Now the crisp apple variety I had to give up on. That was just too far gone, but I planted 2 tomatoes and they were only about to here when I planted them, and it was only 2 weeks ago. So they have absolutely exploded because they're loving this full sun spot. So made the best out of the empty pot, and now I can have tomatoes and cucumbers. The mint again is going absolutely crazy. Honestly, I keep chopping this back every couple of weeks and it just keeps expanding and multiplying. So very good. So happy days. Hello my baby. Okay. Right, another update from editing Jan, because I still haven't finished the edit and released it. But these plants are honestly thriving like crazy. I mean, look at the tomatoes. It has way outgrown the trellis already, but that's enough. I think it just needs to start growing some tomatoes now, but I'm really, really happy with how quickly it filled up. The cucumber has also definitely recovered, and it hasn't had any issues with powdery mildew since. Let's talk about that in a sec. What I want to show you is it literally has attached to the tree. Oh shit, like it is wild. It is also attached to the tomato. It is growing like way over the fence, and you know, my neighbors get some cucumbers now as well. So happy, happy days. Now I haven't harvested anything since the last update, but obviously there's been a lot of growth and I can see some new cucumbers over here. Haven't really seen any flowers on the tomato yet. But let's come back to the powdery mildew situation, because I do like to have somewhat of a lesson learned out of all of my experiments. So I think really a couple of issues. The spacing. I definitely grew all of these cucumbers way too close to each other, which makes it really hard for there to be airflow. No airflow plus humid conditions, mildew. So if you have the space available, stick to the spacing guidelines that the cucumber comes with. Secondly, if you notice powdery mildew, just try and get on top of it as soon as possible. I left it for weeks because I was busy moving. I was trying to refuse to buy milk because I don't like cow's milk. Turns out apparently it doesn't even have to be cow's milk in the first place. I was just not really prepared to put in any effort because yeah, my priorities shifted back then. But if I would have to do it again, I would if I see the first sign of powdery mildew, I would actually go with a baking soda solution. Now, I don't remember the exact measurements. I do remember that I definitely didn't measure. I just poured some baking soda. I just poured some baking soda into water, shaky, shaky, and then spray. I'm sure with a quick Google search you would find out the proper dilution you need to do. I just winged it as always, and this time around it seemed to have worked. So I would do this again. We've had a really humid, wet spring over here, so these were constantly wet, never really had a chance to dry out. I'm talking about the leaves, not necessarily the pot. The pot shouldn't dry out. And mildew is obviously encouraged in a really hot, humid environment. As soon as the sun came out and as soon as it stopped raining all the time, the powdery mildew also kind of disappeared. However, I also feel like that this variety of cucumber was less susceptible to it than the crisp apple one that I tried to grow. So that's a bit unfortunate because I really wanted to try these crisp apple cucumbers, but so be it. Didn't want to leave it on a bad note, so I wanted to have something positive come out of it and show you that it was a success after all. It just wasn't a success straight away. And that is what I love about gardening. Making experiences, learning things, trying new things, adjusting accordingly, and ultimately that makes success so much sweeter. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and leave a nice comment, and I'll see you next time. Bye.